Greetings undetermined spectators of the World Wide Web. I am Tall Lanky Guy and welcome to a very special video. This video is just going to be a short interruption in the Undertale series, but after this it's going to just get right on. But I want to take this time to celebrate a very, very awesome milestone. That milestone is that just earlier this week, my channel hit 50 subscribers! Yeah! I am genuinely thankful and very, very grateful for all of you guys who have subscribed, whether you subscribed on my first video or whether you've hopped on the wagon during, like, when I started my Undertale series. Either way, you are all amazing people, and I thank you very much for your support and for your views. And to celebrate this amazing occasion, I decided to do a little bit of a sort of tutorial video. Yes, not a tutorial video, a tutorial video. If you haven't noticed from some of my videos already, I like to do accents and impressions. It's one of the things that I just eventually at some point started working on and got really interested in doing well. And today I'm going to teach you just a few of the sort of key aspects of those accents. The thing about teaching accents is that it's very hard because everyone has to figure out how to do it their own way, because it's not I can't just be like, do this exact thing with your throat exactly. Like, they won't necessarily know what I mean. But I can at least give you a few starting points. So, the first accent that I'm going to do is the Irish accent. This is one that I've been working on for quite some time now, and I feel like it's sort of the one that I've best mastered. Now, most people, I'm going to just start talking in the accent right now. Most people, when they're told to do an Irish accent, they'll go way up high into their register. Like they're some sort of like prepubescent leprechaun or something. I don't know what it's for, but that's not what Irish people sound like. Like, that's not really. They're not all the guy from Lucky Charms. That's not it. That's just not how it works. The Irish accent is indeed a much lighter and a much more sort of airy accent. It starts with accentuating the R's, so just emphasizing them, and every accent is really just a different sort of emphasis on certain letters, certain sounds, and sometimes it just completely change how certain consonants sound. And that's like just with the word sound. Like, most people, like I don't know, I'm not gonna say most people. Like, for North Americans, we just say sound. But for an Irish person, it's sound. So it's a little more, it's a smaller sound than sound. We open our mouths a lot more when we say sound. And the Irish, they just say sound. It's just much smaller. So that's just a few key things to get you started. The second one that I'm going to do is very dear to my heart because I have sort of one of these accents naturally. It's the Canadian accent. And the interesting thing about Canadian accents is if you do it almost too well, it almost turns into a Jamaican accent. So if you're doing a Canadian accent, the similarity between the Canadian accent and the Jamaican accent is that in both cases you're emphasizing the A's. So in Jamaican, in a Jamaican accent, you very much emphasize like a lot of the vowels. But with a Canadian one, it's just a little more subdued and more focused on the A's. So that's just a few little tips on the Canadian and I guess slightly Jamaican accents. Third one and final that I'll do before I sign off here is the New York accent. You know, it's one of the ones that everyone thinks they can do, and I'd like to think I can do a pretty good New York accent, but you never know. So maybe I'll meet someone who's like, your New York accent is trash, it's just awful. but I have yet to meet someone like that. So I'm just gonna assume that it's good and assume that I've got my crap together. The voice thing about a New York accent is the D's. Now, when you make a D sound with a New York accent, there's a very special trick that you can do. Now, voiced, you want to put your tongue. When you make the D sound, you want to press your tongue against your top run of the teeth. This is actually a very useful thing for a lot of consonants with a New York accent. I'm actually doing it a lot right now. I'm even noticing. So yeah, it's a lot of like, just when in doubt, put the tongue just on the bottom of the back of your teeth, of the top row, your top jaw, and that should help a little bit. Other than that, you know, maybe just watch some old New York style stuff, or maybe watch some Christopher Walken stuff. You can very quickly add a New York accent onto just trying to explain something, but you can't, and it very quickly turns into a Christopher Walken impression. It's just, I don't want to say that it's that easy, but it's that simple. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Again, I want to thank you all so much for sticking with me through this whole journey. It's been about a year and a half since I started this channel, and I don't at all regret anything that's come in between the start and now. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe you want to see me do more accent stuff so you can learn, or maybe you can just watch me try to do accents. If you like this, click the like button. If you want more, you can talk about it in the comments. And if this is your first video and you want to subscribe, first off, hello. And yeah, the subscribe button is down there too. And yeah, I'll see you later.